Presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are San Diego.
And he drills that one to left field. That may be up on the top of Western Metal. It is! How by all the way to the roof of the Western Metal Supply Company. Touch em all!
Certainly a high moment in this 2016 Padres baseball season. Well, we're down to one. Now there is only one. Both teams, 68 and 93, they'll battle for who will finish out of the cellar today. Well, it's not been an exciting winning season, but there have been winning plays throughout. And some of them foreshadow what's ahead in 2017. I noticed you today looking into your crystal ball.
Oh, yeah, and I've got some information for you. You know, we've heard about these youngsters in the minor leagues via trades, playing in El Paso, and I'll tell you what, here's a few things I've been looking for. Power, punch from Renfroe, Myers, and Schimpf. This year, small sample size from Renfroe, but still, does he have the ability? Oh, you bet. How about speed? Travis Jankowski, 30 stolen bases. Manuel Margot, he can run the bases, not only the bases, but also the outfield. And Will Myers, the big kid, he's got some stolen bases as well. He's approaching 30. So defense also comes into play. So when you look at the defense, the speed, and the power, hey, once again, folks, small sample size, but I think the building blocks are there, and the future could look bright for San Diego if everything comes into fruition. Those are three key components, I think, Professor. What do you think?
I think you're exactly right, and I think it'd be nice to give the fans a taste of what has been exciting, what has excited me in this, my last broadcast year. Here it is.
Myers hits a fly ball to center field. Back goes Blackman into the forest. A 3-run home run for Will Myers. Travis Jankowski with a spectacular catch. John Jay will make the catch.
Watching an all-star game in San Diego. Our city gets to be put on the main stage.
Drilled to right field as he hit another. Touch em all. 2 homers, 2 doubles, and the Padres win. He drills that one to left field. That may be up on the top of Western Metal. It is!
Padres baseball brought to you by Ford of Escondido. You won't believe how low the prices go. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go.
Well, as we here at Fox Sports San Diego bid a fond farewell and a big congratulations on an incredible career to Mr. Dick Enberg. Baseball also says goodbye to another luminary, Vin Scully, a man whose voice is synonymous with the game itself. Here's Tom and Peter Seidler, members of the Padres ownership group, bidding farewell to a legend.
Hi, Vin. It was great to see you last weekend, giving you the surfboard from the Padres organization, and appreciation for your great 67-year career making baseball better.
Vinny, you're a Hall of Famer, and beyond being a Hall of Fame broadcaster, you're a Hall of Fame person in every way. From all of us in the Padres organization, we wish you a great life post-baseball. We hope to see you soon. You're always welcome here at Petco Park. Vinny, God bless.
Well, Dick, it's come that time to write a new chapter in your career, in your life, and I wish you nothing but the best.
It's been unbelievable, Dick, and thank you very much for everything that you've done for all of us.
I know you hate the word retirement, so I will not use it, but I will tell you this. I hope your next chapter is as successful as your first chapter was, and all of your chapters during your career and so many sports that you covered. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your help. Good luck to you.
Well, and thanks to all my colleagues, and best wishes to Don Orsillo. You Padre fans are in great company now. Don Orsillo, after 15 brilliant years with the Boston Red Sox, now will join the San Diego Padre family full-time, and he will touch them all. Here's the Padres lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Manny Margot will lead it off with Will Myers in the second slot. Jan Solarte with Alex Dickerson hitting cleanup today. Hunter Renfroe will attempt to close out his brief time with the big club with his long ball hitting power. Ryan Schimpf at second base hitting in front of Austin Hedges. Luis Sardinas at shortstop, and Paul Clemens on the mound.
And on the hill for the Diamondbacks, right-hander Matt Cook. Boy, the short time that he's been in a Diamondback uniform and getting his second start, putting up pretty good numbers. 12 innings, only 4 hits. They're only hitting 100 off him. He throws all 4. And not a lot of swings and misses. There are a lot of balls put in play.
Only 4 hits allowed in his 12 innings of pitching. And the defense for the Arizona Diamondbacks brought to you by Ford of Escondido. The outfield of Haniger in center, Drury in left, and that's Yasmani Tomas in right field. On the infield, Lamb at third, Goldschmidt across the diamond at first base with Owings and Segura, the double play combination. And Tuffy Ghostwich behind the plate. Matt Cook ready to go. He winds, and we are underway. Final game of the year. These two teams are tied 68 and 93. One will fall into last place. One will finish fourth in the NL West. Margot 9 for 33 since being called up. Takes outside 1-1. Couple of stolen bases. He's knocked in 3. 0 for 5 last night. Whoa, shattered bat, roller to second base, and the play made by second baseman Segura for the first out of the game. A look at the keys to the game brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
How about getting into Cook's kitchen? Yeah, rattle those pots and pans. Multiple base runners, a lot of runs early for the Padres on this last day of the season. And hey, last one, best one for everybody, for Andy Green, for the coaching staff, for the players. But most of all, how about a win for the professor?
Yeah, thank you. It'd be nice to go out a winner. Yeah. Huh? All of us. He's a winner. He's going to really do the job. Will Myers takes it just high, according to Ryan Blakely. Pretty good pitch. Myers leading the club in almost every category except average. 28 homers, 94 runs batted in, runs scored, hits, walks. Line drive, fair ball inside the bag, and here goes Myers for 2 as the ball is played by Tomas in right field, and Will Myers has his 29th double of the season. Leads the club in doubles as well. So the Padres a chance here in the first inning.
Something that Will Myers has done all year long when he's swinging the bat well, rather than trying to pull the ball just off the end of the bat. Hey, with Goldschmidt playing well off the bag at first base, that is a for sure double for Will Myers. And we know the numbers for Will Myers in the last day of the season. Pad those numbers. Chalk up another extra base hit for the Padre first baseman.
Brings up Yangervis Solarte, batting at .289 on the season. Shortstop Owings ducking in behind Myers, and Cook backing off.
Yeah, that's the luxury the Diamondbacks have with playing the shift there. Shortstop almost directly behind second base.
Not the complete shift. 2 men left on the left side, and Lamb playing closer to the line at third. Foul back. Good cut for Solarte. Well, John Solarte had a career season, hitting .289, 15 homers, 71 runs batted in. All of that through what we didn't realize during the first half of the season, his heart and his mind back home in Florida, knowing that his wife was very ill with cancer and eventually would pass. Too low, 1-1. And then able to come back after all the funeral arrangements and join his brothers in the clubhouse. And the moral, the emotional strength given to him. Andy Green.
Great support system that Yangervis has got with this ball club, no doubt. He himself a pillar of strength.
Pulled foul. You know, in every sport, you hear the retirement talk of a player leaving the team, retiring, and they all say the same thing. I'm going to miss most of all my teammates. And I feel the same way today. There's a comfort in working with friends and allies. High fly ball left field. Coming in is Drury for the second out. So Myers back at second. See if Alex Dickerson can bring him in. Dickerson, the Hoosier from Indiana, was pleased to see the Indiana football team. They've struggled for a century. Beat Michigan State in overtime yesterday. 10 home runs for Dickerson, the product of Poway High School. Talked to him this morning. And he checks on a strike on the inside. I said, you know, your sound bites that we've been using as you give us your insights into the other players and those from El Paso. I said, you're really good. You know, you're young yet, but don't look beyond the fact you might have a job in our business someday.
A good baseball IQ, huh? Baseball savvy.
Really. And he can express it so well.
Yes.
That ball shallow in right field. Tomas still coming in, and he's there to make the catch. He plays right field as adventure territory, but he makes it on that occasion. Important here in the desert, and in fact produced a little shower this morning, a sign that fall is on its way. As we check the Diamondbacks lineup, brought to you by Hyundai. Leading off is Gene Segura with his 203 hits. Third baseman Jake Lamb, power hitter Paul Goldschmidt, all-star Brandon Drury, voted the Rookie of the Year by the Baseball Writers of Arizona. Yasmani Tomas hits fifth, 31 home runs for Tomas. Then Owings, Haniger in center, Gostwich behind the plate for Matt Cook.
And on the mound for the Padres, a scouting report brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air. Paul Clemens, last start of the year, and two-seam fastball in the corners. The curveball early is very, very key. Last time out, Professor, 5 innings, only gave up 1 run, and I thought it was nice what Paul said to you after the game yesterday.
Yeah, that was very nice. Said that it was a.
He said it was an honor for you to call his games, and he passed along his congratulations to you. I thought that was a very nice touch.
Thank you. He's been pitching well the last 3 starts. 1 earned run the last 15 innings. That's a strike at 90. Segura with his 203 hits is just a couple away from Luis Gonzalez's club record. Takes it away. Last night he scored a couple of times, had a double and triple his last 2 at bats. There's our umpiring crew with Blakeney calling the balls and strikes. Culpa, Meals, Noward on the bases. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Well, both teams close out a disappointing year, but especially for Chip Hale and the Diamondbacks. Many were picking them to challenge seriously the Giants and Dodgers. It didn't happen. Part of the problem, they couldn't win at home. Their home record, even with the 2 wins in this series, 32-48. They have played better recently. They're 7-2 in the last 9 games, but you don't expect to be in the minus pool at home. Not that much. There's the leadoff walk. And the Padres defense introduced, brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. The outfield with Hunter Renfroe in right field, Margot in center, Dickerson in left. All three of those played the outfield for El Paso this year. On the infield, it's Solarte and Sardinius on the left side. Schimpf at second base and Myers covering the bag at first, with Austin Hedges behind the plate for Clemens. Checking on who's covering at second base. And here's Lamb, 250 on the season. But he's hit some long ones, 29 home runs.
Yeah, and Paul Clemens has got to be careful. Sometimes up in the zone consistent with the fastball, like that first pitch, even though he missed for a ball, that could spell trouble. So he's got to work on. He's got a good two-seam fastball to try to work for a grounder.
There goes the runner. Segura is out of there. Yeah, that's a little different cat behind the plate this afternoon. Austin Hedges with that quick feet, quick release. He guns down Segura, looking for his 33rd steal.
He is so quick from ball to the glove to hand to release. Decent jump right to the ear, the snap throw, and the accuracy gets him right on the left side there before his hand reaches the bag. Great throw by Austin Hedges.
Lamb takes another pitch out of the zone, so 3-0. So the throw out of Segura now key as Clemens falls behind Lamb. And he hits it high in the air, almost hit the girders. That'll fall into the seats to the left.
Well, in our game open, we talked about speed, power, and defense, right? Well, we just saw some good defense from Austin Hedges, throwing out a runner. Something to look forward to in the future for San Diego.
Well, in the starting lineup, as that ball is hit well to left center field, back goes Margot and makes the catch in front of the 413 sign. And there's the defense again. Margot, great break on that ball, hit over his head.
You're absolutely right, Dick. Off the bat, the first step is key, and he feels warning track, and that wall kind of sneaks up. He still had a lot of real estate to deal with, but hey, the two-handed grab, big out for Paul Clemens. Nice play by Manuel Margot.
405-foot out for Jake Lamb, and here's Paul Goldschmidt. And he hits this one high off third into foul territory. Goes Solarte and can't reach in that far. Stole 3 bases last night to push him over the 30 mark on the season. That's the most stolen bases by a third baseman since Ryan Klesko stole 3 in 2001 for the Padres 15 years ago. Oh, 0-2 now. Up in San Francisco, the Giants need a win to secure a wild card spot. They have a 1-game lead over St. Louis. A 2-run single posed the early 2-0 San Francisco. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good fastball from Paul Clemens. The D-backs go in order in the first. No score.
top of the second. Well, I had a chance to catch up with Hunter Renfroe and asked how he's intending to spend the offseason. He said he's going to go back to Mississippi. And in addition to his workout routine, he's also going to face some live pitching at his alma mater, Mississippi State, under the observance of his old head coach, John Cohen. Now, John Cohen also used to be the head coach at Kentucky, where Andy Green attended, and Andy Green used to do the same thing in the offseason. Back from the minors, he would go and face some live pitching at Kentucky. So, of course, John Cohen happy to have Hunter Renfroe back.
So Renfroe grounds out on the first pitch to the shortstop, went out here in the second. He's 12 for 32 now since coming up 10 games, 12 hits and 4 home runs. 13 RBIs in 10 games for Renfroe.
Yeah, and he's one of the kids that probably can't wait till Peoria comes around in February next year to get going again.
Ryan Schimpf leading the National League in slugging percentage at .540. Only 18 singles in his 60 hits. Takes a strike. 20 home runs. Hit his 20th on Friday night. Padres Mighty Mouse.
That's a good one. Mighty Mouse. I like that.
One of the smaller guys in the club. And one of the strongest. Everything but a little cape there, huh?
Here he comes to save the day.
Sorry I brought it up. Up high, 1-2. Cook is from Cherokee, Iowa. Attended the University of Louisville. Ground ball smothered out to second base, and Segura throws him out. 2 away. One of the many young bright spots for the Padres this year, and there's a couple others. Will Myers at 25 having a banner year. Jankowski the same, terrific in center field, 30 stolen bases, and Schimpf with those 20 home runs and a .540 slug percentage.
I think when I look at those 3 players, one word comes to mind, and that's comfort. I think they're feeling comfortable, but still realizing there's a heck of a lot to learn at the big league level. But I think that's important.
Austin Hedges hasn't been quite as successful with the bat as his teammates coming up from El Paso. He's 2 for 20. Hit over 300. 20 home runs down at Chihuahua country. Back on the screen. 0-2. So it's come down to the final day, and more than one team, several teams playing scoreboard. All the games, as you know, fans, starting at noon local time, so that no one can look at the scoreboard and say, oh, if we do this, then they do that. I mean, they all start out of the blocks at the same time. You can see up there top right, San Francisco in the first inning getting a couple of runs against the Dodgers. Now in the second. That ball hit out toward right field and pretty well, but Tomas is there to squeeze the final out. Padres go in order in the second. No score in Arizona.
the year, there's a lot to look back on. There's a review process to go through now with the whole coaching staff, with the front office, take a look at what we did well, what we didn't do well, what we got to do better going into next year, how to draw more out of our players. And it ends in the eye of the public. I don't get to talk to you every day going forward, but real work begins tomorrow too. So I don't think, actually I'll probably take tomorrow off, but after that it probably cranks right back up. And I'm excited about that part of it, because if you're going to build something great, you got to be relentless at the time that everybody else is taking a breath.
Well, Andy Green's work is certainly not done. Don't expect him to be propping up his feet next to the pool in Arizona. He has his work cut out for him. And some early returns on as far as his assessment goes. The positions that he thinks need most improvement, that would be the infield. Obviously something he takes personal pride in, having been an infielder himself. The positions he's most excited about, that would be the outfield. When you think of the guys and the talent, sky's the limit. Also a lot of questions surrounding the starting rotation for next year. And I thought it was interesting, guys, the only 2 players he named by name as a lock for the 2017 season, Will Myers and Yangervis Solarte. So a lot up for grabs.
Good inside information there. Thank you, Julie. As Brandon Drury leads off the D-back second inning, followed by Yasmani Tomas and Chris Owings.
Yeah, you want to keep them hungry, right? You can't label guys as locks except for those 2, which are well deserving. So a lot of hungry players going into Peoria, right, Professor?
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. I hope you'll invite me over. I mean, that's maybe the best time of the year. Everyone's thinking they're going to be in first place.
I'm extending the invitation right now.
All right. Put out that cot in that little room you get there in Peoria. So Myers, the first baseman, the man across the diamond at third, are the 2 men we can expect to see next year. As there's a line shot, Drury into left field for a base hit. The first hit for Arizona today, and the man voted the Rookie of the Year by the Arizona baseball writers is aboard.
Oh, that's a hanging breaking ball, hanging curveball. We know that when Paul Clemens gets the good feel for that, it is a really nice pitch. That one's just left up, speeds up the bat, and Drury is aboard with a knock.
Right fielder Yasmani Tomas, a key blow last night in the first inning, a 3-run home run to right field. His 31st of the season, leads the Snakes. He fills up that batter's box rather completely, and he hits that one to left center field. A long run, and unable to get there is Dickerson. On his way to third and in safely is Drury, and the D-backs threaten here in the second inning. Back-to-back singles, Drury and Tomas. Didn't get the sweet part of the bat on it, but guided it into left center for a hit.
Yeah, and sometimes that works to the advantage. In this case, for Tomas, it most certainly does. You have to respect his power. He's a little bit too quick to this baseball and kind of gets in on him a little bit. So therefore, with the way they're playing defensively, sees on the second base side, Manny Margot is. So Drury sees that, and he's not even breaking stride to go from first to third.
No one out, first and third, and here's Chris Owings. His 2-run homer on Friday night won it for Arizona 5-3. That too was to the opposite field. In fact, Chip Hale and the top brass for Arizona, they now are convinced that his home run power is to the opposite field. Backs him off the plate. 2-0. Padre infield will play back for a double play up the middle. Solarte and Myers, the ball hit to them. They could check the runner from third. Good job with runners in scoring position for Owings. And he takes ball 3, 3-0.
That's paint.
But Clemens does not get the call. Swinging on 3-0. That's twice already.
Yep.
Lamb got the green light, 3-0 as well.
I'm a big fan of the 3-0 swing, green light. I mean, it's got to be right there though. It's got to be your happy pitch, your happy zone. Especially with runners in scoring position, if it's to your liking.
3-1. Ground ball right side, should be 2. There's 1. Back to first base. Not in time. Owings likes it out on the relay. And the run scores as Drury comes home and Arizona takes a 1-0 lead.
Well, the Padres defensively did everything they could to try to turn that. Owings getting down the line quickly. Let's check out the toss. Well, very quick on the transfer also, Sardinius, and look at him getting out of the box. I mean, he knows. He doesn't even look at the play. He's just smelling that first base bag.
Now that's a 90-foot hustle.
Yes, it is.
So a run in. RBI to Owings, his 49th. And with 1 out, here's Mitch Haniger. Haniger, 25, played his college ball at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. In his youth, also a wide receiver in football, and he made a comment to the press yesterday that as a center fielder, often you have to go back, turn your back to the play, and he said, my experience as a wide receiver, having to run downfield, look back for the pass, has really paid off as a defensive center fielder.
He's a Mustang, huh? Cal Poly slow.
Yeah. Throw this first base and not in time. Oh, that snap throw by Hedges, had it been to the inside of the bag, might have been trouble for Owings.
You've got the front door open with the right-handed hitter, and I'll tell you what, just one good throw, barely getting or keeping it close at first base. That'll put it in the mind of the rest of the runners for the rest of the game, that's for sure. And that'll go down to the scouting report. Hedges will throw behind the runner at any time.
Clemens keeping him close. And another throw over. Well, in this magical world of texting and tweeting and that sort of thing. How nice. A word from Nick Faldo, Sir Nick Faldo, covering the Ryder Cup today and takes a break to wish me well. Isn't that
nice? That's very nice.
And 5 years of covering golf outside, 2-0.
Tough sport to do?
Toughest. The toughest.
Really?
Because you're doing the event and never seeing one live shot. You know, the only reason you're at 18 is to prove that you're actually there. So when they take a shot of you on camera, you've got the clubhouse and 18th green behind you.
Right.
So you're totally reliant upon the producer who calls the shot. So you go from someone making a putt on 12 and they say, okay, let's go back to Sam Liederkranz on 3. It's his second shot. So what do you say? Second shot for Liederkranz on the third. No, not 3. It's 4. And it's like it's your fault. And so you're totally in the hands of your producer. Whereas in every other sport, we see everything here. We see the scoreboard. We see the dugouts. We see the field. Football the same. Basketball the same. But in golf, you don't see one live shot. You're beholden to someone else's eyes.
That's incredible. Yeah.
That just really was more than a challenge for me. Johnny Miller, no problem.
Did you call the putt by Justin Leonard at Brookline?
Yes, I did. That one and Payne Stewart winning the U.S. Open.
Right, that was on your highlight film.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Then he passed away just a couple of months later. So the count 2-2 to Mitch Haniger. Steady eye on Owings. He does have 21 steals this year. High chopper to short. Sardinius has only one play to first, and there's 2 away.
With MLB.TV Premium, watch every out-of-market game live in HD on more than 400 supported devices and enjoy a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV.
How can you be a baseball fan and not have that going for you with the playoffs coming up?
It's truly remarkable. And if you have the app, today is one of those days where you're thankful that you have it.
Well, Baltimore has an early lead against the Yankees, 1-0. Baltimore win, and they clinch an American League wild card. That ball hit high in the air to center. Margot drifts back and tucks it away for the final out. But the D-backs get a run. It's 1-0 after 2.
Great Dick Enberg in the last 7 seasons here in San Diego. Nice response from the Arizona Diamondbacks fans here. Well done, Professor.
Yeah, it's been such a privileged life. I mean, it's just, we talked in the pregame show about the preparation. Some would consider that work. I consider it part of the fun of the job. And I love preparing, and I guess it is, as you pointed out, the teacher in me, that you're prepared enough that maybe something will come up in the game that you'll be able to enhance it and color it more completely because of that preparation. And I hope that creative part of my life is going to continue. I'm going to certainly try to make that happen, whether it's teaching or writing a book or continuing with my play on Al McGuire or traveling around the world.
I could see you in the classroom.
Oh,
no doubt.
I think my students would say I was a good teacher, and it's such a noble profession. So top of the third, it's Luis Sardinas, then Paul Clemens and Manny Margot for the Padres, trailing 1-0. And they're facing the 6'3", 215-pound Matt Cook. He's 25. Swing and a miss. Fooled Sardinas on that pitch.
Good changeup right there from Cook.
In the dirt, skips away. Cook came over to Arizona from the New York Mets in August of 2015. Part of the deal that sent relief pitcher Addison Reed to the Mets. He was a third-round pick of New York 4 years ago. tie 3-2. Well, I want to thank the Arizona Diamondbacks organization as well for not wearing those awful gray uniforms too. I think that was, of all the gifts they could have given me, these aren't that great. The whites, I like the whites, but those other charcoal grays. Ground ball swept to the right side. Segura able to come up with the play and one away.
Well, it's that time of the year where awards are given out, American League, National League, and you know, the Cy Young Award is something that's it's a great debate. It's a great debate, and that's what's great about baseball. But I'm going to give my Cy Young Award to Kyle Hendricks. When you look at his numbers, his ERA is 1.99. I know strikeouts are very sexy this day and age. It has been forever. Max Scherzer's name comes out, but his WHIP is 0.99, so fewer than one base runner for Kyle Hendricks. And Rick Porcello. What a great year he's had for the Boston Red Sox. His numbers, and getting a lot of run support, but still, his numbers, I think, warrant a Cy Young Award in the American League. So
you've changed your mind a little bit.
A little bit. I like Zach Britton there for a while.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to come up with, Zach Britton. His ERA is 0.55. That's the lowest ever for any pitcher that worked at least 65 innings.
It's incredible. It really is.
Stingy. Clemens, 1-1. Good rip there. That's a swing that would belie the fact he is 0 for 20 this year. I just hope he hits one, gets a gap or something. It's only because it'll just kill Mike Pomerantz. He thinks we were conniving. Collusion. I mean, give me a little credit. They say nice things about you 1 minute, and the next they're saying that you're doing something like that. Oh, he thought he was struck out, but come on back. You get another chance.
Another chance.
Well, maybe his heart isn't in this at bat. Hits that ball.
Off the end there.
Measure that one. That went about 135 down the foul territory. One nothing Arizona. One out here in the top of the third. And down he goes swinging, and that is the first strikeout for Matt Cook.
Well, MVPs. I really like Chris Bryant in the National League with the Chicago Cubs. I mean, the numbers say a lot of the story, but the versatility also of Chris Bryant. Joe Madden has put him at the corners in the outfield. He's put him at the corners on the infield, and his numbers. And Mookie Betts, the 23-year-old Boston Red Sox, just what a great lineup. But he is putting together one heck of a season. Yeah, I think that warrants an MVP award for Mookie Betts.
Looky, here comes Mookie.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
And Bryant, I think, is 24. Yeah. Two bright stars on the baseball scene. He laid off. Margot grounded to second his first time. Each team, well, the Padres with a double, Myers have only hit, and the D-backs put together singles, Drury and Tomas. That one chopped to third, 2 hops to Lamb. And the Padres go in order for the second straight inning. Still 1-0 Arizona.
I love you. Your voice makes me so happy.
Is this Bernie Mazzola in Duluth? Bernie, they're talking about my last year. I'm going to be on the floor. I'm going to be in the cellar. Yeah.
Come on. You could do it. Like I always say, three-way or no way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
boy, Professor. We love you.
Yeah. Oh, man. And people call my classy, and then you put that on the air? I mean, come on. Yeah, it is important. That's another thing about baseball that I love. Because of the rhythm, the pace of the game, you can be a boy as a player and as an announcer and have fun. And certainly there's a lot of, I don't know if it's great humor, but we laugh at ourselves, don't we?
You have to. You have to. That was funny, though. Did Bernie Mazzola get back to you, by the way?
Yeah, he thought it was all rigged. The swing and a miss by Matt Cook takes a pretty good rip for a pitcher. That's only his second at bat. And it's the second strikeout for Paul Clemens. Yeah, people may wonder about the Sam Liederkranz and Bernie Mazzola. It goes back to my early days when I was a disc jockey as well. And I'm terribly unmechanical. I just have no talent mechanically. I mean, I married a woman. She can get out the toolbox and she can fix anything. I can't even get myself, and when I lock myself in the bathroom, I get out. And so here they got me spinning those turntables.
Right.
You know, there's a real art form. You put the record on in the old days, and you put the record on before the tape days. You put your finger lightly on the record as you turn on the speed of the turntable, and then with the speed going, then when you lift it up, the record plays and it doesn't go rhyme like that. But they always knew when I was on, because half the records were whining as the opening. Margot in line for Segura's fly ball. Well, here's the tools of the trade. Good segue from Ram Trucks.
We're not going to talk about spinning the wax. We're going to talking about how about spinning runners off the diamond and throwing from off the hedges. The quick release. And Manny Margot in center field covered some serious ground out there, pitching the gaps and making it look easy. So part of the defense we talked about in our open prior to today's game.
That'll bring up Jake Lamb. Lamb long out to center, 405 foot out. That was the play that Margot made so very quickly. So I was so bad, and I didn't want to get fired. I'm making $1 an hour as a disc jockey. So whenever I had a bad day, a lot of wows on my record playing, I'd say, and so this is Sam Liederkranz saying, so long, we'll see you tomorrow. Or maybe I'd use Bernie Mazzola here. So I didn't want them to know my name.
Right.
They didn't know me anyway, but.
That was at WCEN?
WCEN Mount Pleasant, the pleasant spot on your radio dial. Two outs, bases empty. Lamb. One home run away from 30. You know that's in the back of his mind. Like to hit one today. Justice Myers would like to hit 2 and get to 30. There's a little bit of controversy in Major League Baseball today. Out of Colorado, Walt Weiss did not start DJ LeMahieu in the game. LeMahieu was hitting .348, and Murphy, who was injured in Washington, .347.
Ah, wow.
And so that would assure him the batting title as Lamb walks. And that reminds me of Ted Williams in 1941. He was hitting right? 399.7 or something, doubleheader. And I think it was Pinky Higgins was his manager, said, you don't have to play today. You're going to hit 400. You're going to win the batting title. He said, I wouldn't use the language Ted did, but he says, I'm playing, and I'm playing both. And he got 6 for 8 and hit 406. That's a little different story than what's happening today out of Colorado.
Yeah, Murphy, the Nationals, out with a strained buttocks.
Hate when that happens.
So he's been on the shelf. Probably won't play till postseason, right? That's a pain in the rump.
Yeah. Goldschmidt. And he's having trouble hitting the strike zone here. And trickling out of his glove. Fortunately, he was not in position on the rubber, or that had been walked. Goldschmidt struck out swinging his first time.
Got him with a high fastball on that strikeout.
That's in there. 2-1. Clemens claimed by the Padres on waivers from Miami, 1st of July. Pitching in New Orleans, a AAA club. The Marlins was 6-4, 234 batting average against. A win today would level his record on his first season with the Padres at 5-5. Hanging curveball ripped into left field by the diver Solarte. Moving up 90 feet is Lamb. 2 on, 2 out for the D-backs.
Well, I think looking at that last pitch could have been a lot different. There was an elevated off-speed pitch and something that Paul Goldschmidt really could have done some damage. But he gets on top of this. Look at the barrel of that bat on contact and then rolling over, keeping it on the ground. Station to station baseball here. And keeping it a force at any base.
Darren Balsley out to offer a couple of words of advice. He doesn't say much. Trying to settle down Clemens.
Well, a few of the breaking balls he's thrown have been up. Maybe it's a mechanical thing that Darren can find and try to have the pitcher adjust. Also with the runner in scoring position, maybe look for an off-speed pitch here.
Brandon Drury is the hitter. He singled and scored the Arizona run in the last inning. Two on, 2 out. D-backs by 1. Curveball hit in the air to right field. Room out there for Renfroe. And he puts it away for the final out. We've completed 3 at Chase Field. 1-0 Arizona. Baseball brought to you by the Sony Alpha 7R2, Popular Photography's 2015 Camera of the Year, and by Mercury Insurance. We're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com today. The river flows. All the buttes and mesas of the incredible topography of the state of Arizona. Of course, as you pointed out, Grand Canyon, millions visit that area every year.
Hey, nothing like going tubing on a afternoon here in Arizona.
Yeah.
You drive about, I don't know how far it is, and you tube down the river for about 5-6 hours. It's fun.
Myers leads it off and lines one into left center field. He doubled the first time, and he might try for 2 here. Up quickly is the left fielder, however, Drury, and he'll settle for a long single. That breaks a string of 8 straight outs thrown by Matt Cook. Time now for the top tier player profile, brought to you by Arco and Will Myers. First in all the significant categories: games, hits, home runs, RBIs, runs scored, doubles. Didn't have enough room for everything. Walks.
Yeah, the main thing, it was on everybody's wish list for Will Myers to get at least 600 plate appearances this year, and he stayed healthy.
Here's Solarte. He flied to left.
So 595 at bats this year going into this game for Will Myers.
But the plate appearances with all of his walks, 68 walks, so he's been up there a lot.
Over 600, well over 600. Yeah, that's right. See, that's another good thing you're good at, Professor. Numbers. I've got no clue. So 68 plus 595. What is it?
68 plus 595 is 663.
Very nice.
Is that right?
I think it is. I'm trusting you. You say it. I trust it.
Oh, you better be careful, man. Tying run there at first. Will Myers. Solarte bounces one weakly to third. Only one play for Lamb. He gets Solarte as Myers moves up. So the Padres have a man in scoring position. And a couple of shots for Dickerson and Renfroe to get the Padres even.
Outfielder Alex Dickerson.
Dickerson flying to right field. Takes a high strike. Giants have now moved up 4-0 on the Dodgers. If they win, they get the second wild card. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dickerson.
That's an amazing story in itself, and I know we've talked about it because the Giants in the division with the Padres, but with the second half they had, they're on their way to winning a wild card. And who knows, the Giants?
Yeah,
they getting in.
They won the World Series one year when they were a wild card, and they have the worst record in the National League since the All-Star break.
Unbelievable.
Low and inside. I want to get your opinion on the DJ LeMahieu, Daniel Murphy situation. Put yourself in LeMahieu's shoes.
I think, and I can't speak for DJ LeMahieu, but I've played with a lot of guys that were on the verge of playing for batting titles, like Terry Pendleton, Tony Gwynn, of course. Those guys want to play, don't you think?
Yeah. The other side of that coin is, hey, he's played all year. He's earned that number, 348. It's okay. But the fact that Murphy is on the bench and can't now, if he said I won't play today, and Murphy was playing and he had a chance to get a couple of hits and win the batting title, that I would accept. But I really think I'm disappointed that
I'd like to see him in the lineup.
Playing. Yeah. I would too. But Walt Weiss, from his point of view, he's trying to get the kid a batting title, and Colorado batting championship. 2-2 to Dickerson. Foul tip, strike 3. 2 away, and that is the second strikeout for Matt Cook. So there's how it stands at the start of today's play. 349 LeMahieu, 348 Murphy. Then Votto has moved up into the third slot in front of Segura here of Arizona. 320 fourth best, and Charlie Blackmon at 319.
Well, you can send the award to the engravers and put DJ LeMahieu's name on it, if that's the case, where he's sitting and Daniel Murphy is out hurt.
Hunter Renfroe grounded to short his first time. Chance to pick up Myers at second base. 13 RBIs, 10 games for Renfroe. That ball ripped by third. He's going to get another RBI. Here comes Myers around third. And the Padres tie it on a double by Renfroe. A laser past third for the kid. Oh, my. It's 1-all.
Boy, the ball jumps off this kid's bat. It's a hanging breaking ball. He's out in front of it just a little bit. Right field, right center, left field line. And you know, that ball was hit hard, but it didn't even sound like it was on the sweet spot. Maybe a little bit too quick to it towards the end of the bat, but still jumping off Hunter Renfroe's bat.
So he winds up at second, the tiebreaker. Ryan Schimpf, the batter, grounded to second his first time. Fouls it off. What's that all about? Oh, John Jay and conversation. Jay, he's the. I don't know if he's going to get coaching money or not this year. He's got his regular paycheck as a player, but they might give him a coaching bonus. He's been working all year helping his teammates. High in the air to right field. Long run, Tomas. Foul ball. And the count goes 2 strikes on Schimpf.
That is a big kid running after that ball right there.
So we'll take another look at it. He puts on the brakes here just as.
Oh, big fella.
Yeah, take a bow. Doesn't have the speed to get to that one.
You know, you look at the body type of Tomas. I mean, there's a reason for concern for some guys at a young age like that, and that type of body.
Too many LBs.
You know, like Pablo Sandoval, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's eventually that's cost him this season, that's for sure. So 2 strikes to Schimpf. High. Just a little high. Padres have tied it here in the fourth. Leadoff single Myers, a ground out pushed him to second, and the double Hunter Renfroe into the left field corner. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Couple of strikeouts for Matt Cook, but the Padres tie it up as Hunter Renfroe delivers again. RBI double, and we're even at 1 at Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona.
To this, Hunter
love it here. The family loves it here. It'll be a situation where we have to kind of see what's best for me and my family. I don't know how that's going to take. I don't know. You never know how those things work out and how the Padres feel about it. So it's something that the offseason here in the next month or so we'll be able to tell a little bit more. But it's first class here, and I really enjoyed it.
Last night, after his last start of the 2016 season, Clayton Richard was asked whether or not he would like to come back to the Padres and live in San Diego, and he is unsure. Of course, there's a lot at stake when it comes to coming back into spring training for the 2017 season, and Andy Green has made it clear that no one has laid claim to those 5 rotation spots. But of course, the value that Clayton Richard brings in a veteran presence to this club, there is no stat for that. You cannot quantify that. So he definitely has made quite an impression on these young pitchers, and of course, if Darren Balsley would have his way, he would definitely be back.
Well, Balsley, he loves all of his pitchers. If it were up to him, he'd have 100 pitchers working each year. But it's going to be interesting that, you know, the difference in that pitching rotation from the start of this year, spring training, to the end of the year. You saw Yasmani Tomas fly to right center for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning, a 1-1 tie. Chris Owings safe on a fielder's choice that drove in a run his first at bat.
Well, I think the performance of Clayton Richard speaks for itself, and if he goes into spring training and continues to throw the ball like he did when he was here as a Padre, there's no doubt one of the top 5. Being left-handed, getting a lot of grounders, putting up good numbers as a starter.
Swing at a miss, way out in front of that breaking ball.
Good curveball.
3rd strikeout for Clemens.
Good yacker from Paul Clemens, getting up on top. Watch the rotation. See the glove of Hedges, and it's off the plate just a little bit more, but he's got to protect. Big strikeout.
With 2 outs, Mitch Haniger, he grounded to short his first time. Ooh, that got him. Geared up around the elbow. So with 2 outs, he jogs to first, and that'll bring up Tuffy Goswitch. See where it got him.
Yeah, he wants to go down and away. He's missing with the 2-seamer. In between the elbow and the wrist on the right arm. Underneath.
Goswitch flying to center his first time. Takes a strike. Fouled at the plate. Well, today's game presented by Sony, the leader of 4K Ultra HD. Clemens ahead of the count, 2 strikes on Goswitch. Oh, big breaking ball had Goswitch backing off, and the ball actually appeared to be outside. Pitching rotation totally rebuilt. When you think back to the start of the year, Tyson Ross, James Shields, Colin Ray, Drew Pomerantz, Robbie Erlin, Andrew Kashner.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
They're not here.
Yeah. Totally revamped.
And they traded Kennedy in the offseason too. So talk about reworking your staff during the course of the season.
It's opened up a lot of opportunity, that's for sure. We talked about that quite a bit. And a nice game of catch going on with Paul Clemens and Will Myers over there at first base. Christian Friedrich right there talking with Adam Rosales. Jared Cosart on the left. Luis Perdomo. Well, what a nice surprise he's been this year. Fun to watch.
All the injuries and trades creating opportunity for the Perdomos of the world. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout as Paul Clemens strikes out the side. It's tied at 1.
I was very fortunate that I was able to join you at Cooperstown and see you get your rightful place as a Hall of Fame broadcaster. And we'll always have fond memories of that weekend at Cooperstown with you, and wish you nothing but the best.
Well, our thanks to Tom Seidler, part of our ownership group. Yeah, indeed, that was such a fantastic weekend in so many ways to have, to get such a significant award and have all your family, your friends there, your colleagues were there, and then to be so welcomed by the greatest players in the game. That still, I get shivers thinking about how beautifully they treated me.
And you had a great time this past summer, right? Are you going to go back every year? You got to, right?
Well, I'm going to go back next year because Trevor Hoffman's going to be in. Huh? I've got to be there if he.
That's right.
Yeah, got to go next year.
That'll be great.
Wouldn't it, though? Yeah. I think he's going to make it. I really do.
Oh, I think so, too.
I mean, this year. I mean, eventually, of course, but it'd be nice to get that out of the way before Mariano Rivera's name comes up. Austin Hedges swings and misses. So going back to the bottom of the 4th inning, I said that Clemens struck out the side. He got 2 strikeouts. So this is Bernie Mazzola saying, I'm glad you're with us here from Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. How to play.
You know what, Dick? I think you would be agreeing with me, but this lovely lady right here, Sheila.
Sheila Simpson.
Sheila is our stage manager. And Sheila's been how many years, Sheila? 19 years? She hands us all the cards.
19 years, and she's only 32 years old.
I know, it's unbelievable. She's great. She does a great job. She's one of us. You know what? She's family. Sheila's family.
No argument from me. I mean, she's the one that actually she runs the booth.
Sheila, I love you. You're great. She does our games at home, and she lives here in Phoenix also, sometimes part-time. So she's part of the family, and we're very grateful to have her.
And don't be fooled by that sweet smile. Boy, she got this bullwhip. Oh, man. You make a mistake up here, you go to the principal's office. Hit hard by Austin Hedges, but 4 out as Segura took care of his hard ground ball. Sardinas takes a strike. He grounded to second his first time. Good cut, fouled back, 0-2.
And also we have Russ here in Arizona with us to Dick's left, our statistician, who's a good egg.
Well, we don't show statisticians, though.
Yeah, they don't like to be on camera.
No, they've got faces for radio anyway.
But we appreciate everything that Russ does as well.
Ground ball right side and through into right field. Sardinas continues to be a solid hitter for the Padres. This switch hitting shortstop. Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. What do we have today? MLB leaders. Mark Trumbo, 47 homers, 4 ahead of Cruz of Seattle. Nolan Arenado is going to win the RBI crown, 6 ahead of Ortiz and Encarnacion. Porcello's 22 wins, 2 ahead of Jay Happ. Oh, and 22 for Porcello, the former Tiger.
That's hard to do. You know how hard it is to win 20 games?
Clemens squaring, trying to move the runner up. And it takes you back to, I'm trying to think now, 1967, was it? Denny McLain? 30 to win 30 games.
That's
he did not miss a start, and the rotation wasn't 5 but 4 starters. Bunted in the air, a good bunt. Goldschmidt back to second baseman Segura. That moves the runner into scoring position. And the other pitcher on that Tiger staff that beat St. Louis in the World Series, Mickey Lolich. They used to.
Mickey Lolich was the human delicatessen, wasn't he? Did they call him the human delicatessen because he was so?
He was portly.
Portly like me.
And he had ears that protruded, and they said Lolich looked like a cab going down the street with both doors open.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mickey.
No, he could pitch.
Oh, he won 3 games in that World Series. So McLean wasn't the star. Manny Margot down the right field line, foul. Margot has grounded out twice.
In the short time, Dick, that we have seen Manny Margot, he's doing something very well, and that is going to the opposite field. I mean, this pitch, it's a little cutter away, and look at that's his intent there. That wasn't by mistake. He's got a good plan at the plate.
He does indeed. He doubled and knocked in a run on Friday night with a similar shot to right.
Hey.
Oh, hello. Up around the SD on his uniform. Well, the two teams, 161 games. They both have records of 68 and 93, and here we are in the 5th inning, tied at 1. They're 9-9 head-to-head this year. I guess that pretty much says it all about Arizona and San Diego. Dead even match. One ball, 2 strikes. Chopped by the mound, charged by Segura, and he gets him by a big stride. Padres unable to take advantage of a man in scoring position. We're still tied.
Seeing Hunter Renfroe's home run go on top of the building, which is amazing that it was the first one ever in the history of the stadium, just to show the fans what we have in the future. Another one was just seeing the transformation of Mr. Perdomo, Louis Perdomo. I mean, it's just amazing where he started and where he is today.
One of the points that bench coach Mark McGwire brought up today when we were chatting about his favorite moments of the 2016 season was that you have the minor leagues and then of course you have the major leagues, and the difference is huge. But what's been so surprising, so pleasantly surprising to him, is that all of the talent, the rookie talent that has come up from AAA these last 2 weeks of the season, that all of their success that they had in AAA has translated here to the major leagues. And he said that is something that he can get behind and that he's most looking forward to in the 2017 season, because Mark Grant, as you can attest, you can do so well in the minor leagues, but then the true test is making it to the big show.
Oh, it's night and day, Julie. Thank you so much for that report. You bet. You know, the minor leagues, from a pitcher standpoint, you might have one or two guys in the lineup that could be a threat, pose a threat, and then you just blow through the rest of the lineup. At the big league level, you're dealing with the best of the best, and as a hitter, you're dealing with the top 5 starters in that rotation of that organization. So it's eye-opening.
Yeah, you look at the hundreds of pitchers as you go down to low A all the way to the major league, so you move your way up against those pitchers.
Yep.
Some of them will become major league pitchers, but then you get here every day, you're facing a star. Strikeout of the Matt Cook, the pitcher, to open the inning. That's the 5th for Clemens. And here's Segura, a walk and a flyout. 4 hits for the Padres, 3 for the Diamondbacks in this 1-1 tie. Good breaking ball. Segura couldn't pull the trigger. 0-2.
Got a game break coming up. Oh, this is a good one, Professor. From AT&T Park in San Francisco.
All the marbles are in the ring today.
Giants Dodgers. That's you know what's great? You mentioned it earlier. You look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Every game is in the 3rd or 4th inning. It's great.
That's because they all started at noon today, no matter what time zone. 5-0 now, Giants. Oops, maybe I jumped the gun because that game break, it features.
Oh, that's okay. Hey, it's all good.
It's okay to give away the punchline.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 5-0 San Francisco. Cancel the game break. 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Clemens has got the strikeout pitch going. Got 2 in the last inning, and he gets the first 2 batters here in the 5th.
Still good giddy up, and good location too, away to Segura for the strikeout.
Roof is closed as he looks up to the girders. Threat of possible continued showers.
I wonder if there's a leak or something. Paul's just taking it all in.
Jake Lamb, the batter. Long out to center, and he walked the last time. .92 on the fastball.
Yeah, he's got the sneaky fuzz this afternoon. Sneaky Fuzz, that's the name of my new band. Sneaky Fuzz.
That'd be good. Yeah. Uh-oh, hit high in the air to center field. He got a lot of that one. Margot going back and has room for the final out. Another long out for the D-backs. We've completed 5, still tied, 1-1. right, thank you, gentlemen. Lots to digest today, and of course, stay with us. Post-game show, they'll give you all the final matchups for the playoffs, and that is interesting that the Giants and the Mets at San Francisco matches up well. They'll play Wednesday if San Francisco wins in New York. Myers 2 for 2, and he hits that high in the air to left center field, and Hannigan out near the track for the first down. Let's take a look at the standings, brought to you by UC San Diego Health.
It's been close up until the last day, and as you mentioned, Dick, a San Francisco win seals it.
St. Louis does have a 1-0 lead against the Pirates in the 4th inning, but that's a moot point if, or that confirms that score, if the Giants go on to beat LA, sweeping LA in the final series of the season.
Now the American League scenario will give you a headache. It'll give you a migraine.
That's tougher. Although Seattle eliminated by Oakland last night.
You know what? There's a scenario where Detroit could play in 6 games in 6 different cities.
Fair ball. Goldschmidt to the bag for the second out.
And Detroit is losing as we speak.
1-0 early 3rd inning. In Atlanta, last game, Turner Field in Georgia. Bright memories for me, baseball and the 1986 Olympic Games. And that unforgettable moment where I had to explain why Muhammad Ali shaking with that torch, and we were all fearful he might light his hair afire. Dickerson drops one into right field, and the Padres have a man aboard with 2 outs here in the 6th inning.
Well, players to watch. It's always fun for any organization or any fan of baseball. Of course, Hunter Renfroe. His power, his arm. Manny Margot, the speedster, the center fielder. He can pitch the gaps. He uses the whole field. And he's got an accurate arm as well.
Here's Renfroe. He tied the game with a double in the 4th inning. Ripped one past third and takes a strike. Grounded to short, his first at bat.
In fact, you know, I like to combine these 2 kids, Hunter Renfroe and Manuel Margot. Hunwell, Rengo. So watch out for those 2 next year.
Did you say something
Possibly.
about a painter Van Gogh? I know you have your ear. The ear to the art world. Yeah, you got your ear.
Yeah, very good. I like it.
So Hunter Renfroe, 2 strikes on him. Five hits now for the Padres, 3 for Arizona. In the dirt. Chase Field, one of the bigger ball yards in the majors. Accommodates 47-48 when it's at full capacity. Had some good crowds here for the 3 games. 43,000 Friday night, second largest. Make that 42,000, second largest of the season. Second to opening day as Renfroe sends it high in the air, and coming out of the girders, shortstop Owings for the 3rd out. To the bottom of the 6th, still even at 1. Goldschmidt. Bottom of the 6th inning. Clemens pitching a beauty. 1 run, only 3 hits. 2 of those came back to back to open the 2nd inning. As Drury and Tomas singled 1st and 3rd. The run scored on a ground out by Owings. Goldschmidt a strikeout and a single. 0-2.
Well, he's got the curveball working.
Padres run in the 4th inning. Myers led off with a single and scored on Renfroe's double. In the dirt. If we have time in this inning, I would be disappointed if we don't have time to salute the baseball colleagues. I mean, part of, there's so many joys in what I've been able to experience in these 60 years, but working with great partners. I mean, it could be a nightmare if you didn't like the men and women with whom you work. And I've been so fortunate. I consider every person I've shared a booth with as a friend. Ground ball to 3rd. Gobbled up by Solarte. 1 away. And just consider the list. Just in baseball alone, not all the other sports. We start with Mark Grant and Mark Sweeney in Fox Sports San Diego. Don Drysdale, Tim McCarver, Tom Seaver, Joe Morgan, Dave Niehaus, Hall of Fame Ford Frick winner, Tony Gwynn. And how about Thursday night, 28-year-old Ted Enberg?
Well, that was a sweet moment. That was precious.
I mean, Padres did everything right.
Yeah.
I didn't work with him, but going back, Gene Autry did so much for my life and career. He's like a second dad. Well, the comment made by Mrs. Autry just knocked me down. She said that Gene considered me the son he never had.
Really? Oh, well, that's quite a compliment.
Well, the other night, there's my son. That's how I used to look at 28.
Oh, that was a great moment.
I was so pleased for him, and he wants to be a broadcaster.
He's a good kid, Dick.
He really is. He's a very sensitive kid, and I like that about him, that he's thoughtful of others. He sent me a text this morning. He reminded me how fortunate I am in the life that I've led. He said, God gave you a terrific role and you answered it. Yep. Ripped by 3rd and through the hole. Drury has his 2nd hit. One of the bright spots for the D-backs this year, the rookie Drury.
Hit the ball hard to the left side, and Drury, the first at bat, he ended up scoring a run. Same type deal. Spanking it to left field.
And Tomas followed after the single in the 3rd with another single in left center field that moved Drury to 3rd, and he scored on Owings' ground out. It is somewhat ironic, though, that the schedule maker had the Padres coming here to Arizona for the last game of the season. It's so close to, what is it, about 20 minutes out to Peoria?
That's right, yep. Not far at all.
And Andy Green has indicated he might take tomorrow off, but then he's going right back to work. All those kids in the instructional league. And by the way, fans, next Friday night, free at Petco Park at 7:10 game, the Texas Rangers prospects and the Padre prospects will play a game. Gives you a preview of what's ahead. 1-hopper, 2-hopper. Solarte throws out Tomas, but Drury moves into scoring position on the play. And speaking of 2017, the Padres schedule brought to you by Volkswagen Kearney Mesa. It'll start on April 3rd at LA, and the home opener April 7th against the Giants. Road Interleague, Twins, White Sox. You'll like that, going back to Chicago. Indians, Rangers, As the last two teams might well be battling it out for the American League title, and the Royals, Tigers, Twins, and Rangers come to Petco.
Yeah, Royals probably on the rebound. The Tigers, of course, in the hunt for a wild card. The Rangers always good offensively.
Owing squares. That's curious. I mean, a bunt single isn't going to do much for the Diamondbacks. Got a man in scoring position.
Maybe he's just trying to get those defenders moving a little bit, just to put it in the back of their mind. But you're right, he wants to drive in that run.
Drury out at second.
Be interesting if Paul Clemens pitches backwards here. What I mean by that is off-speed stuff in a fastball count. He's got the good feel for the curveball. Owing's probably hunting the fastball here to try to drive in that run. Good two-seamer in there.
There's the information on the futures game at Petco next Friday night. You can check it out at Padres.com. One and one. Chases on the slow curveball.
Very nice. Clemens seems to have had a couple curveballs. One he'll really throw hard, and the other one kind of loop it up there. That was kind of an in-betweener. Got him out front.
So Clemens, for the entire year, has never gone through 6 innings, and he's got 2 outs here in the 6th. Only 4 hits. Got him swinging. Another curveball. What a game for Paul Clemens. 7 strikeouts. It's tied at 1. That's the best effort of the year for Clemens as a Padre. And we're back with the Harris game summary. Ground out brings in the Arizona run as Owings gives the D-backs a 1-0 lead. Padres strike with Hunter Renfroe with 2 outs. Brings Myers around with a double into the left field corner. Those are the offensive highlights. Both pitchers working well. Matt Cook, 6 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts. And Paul Clemens through 6 innings has allowed 1 run, only 4 hits, and a career high 7 strikeouts for Paul Clemens. Both pitchers doing well. Renfroe there 1 for 3 with a double. Will Myers the only player in the game with 2 hits. Well, to take that, Brandon Drury has 2 for Arizona. That's our Harris game summary. And a pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford. It's Steve Hathaway making his 24th appearance.
13 of his last 14 outings for Steve Hathaway. Been scoreless. 1.35 ERA. It's over the course of 6 2/3. Pretty much a left-handed specialist for Chip Hale.
He pitched last night, a third of an inning, a strikeout. Breaking ball right at the knees on the corner. Hathaway came in to strike out the pinch hitter, Alex Dickerson. .94 Wild outside. Schimpf, Hedges, Sardinas here in the 7th inning. Full count. In-game update. Pick the stick. We're down to the final strokes. And Mike Pomerantz, no points today, but at 340, Mark Grant, a -1, 332, trails now by 8.
I'd like to congratulate.
By 9.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Mike Pomerantz on the 2016 winner of the NOM, the Pick the Stick Award. The trophy will look very nice on his desk.
Well, wait a minute. Schimpf's going to get another at bat, it figures. He could come up with a bases loaded. And a bases loaded home run would be what?
I like the way you're thinking.
6, 7, 8, that 9. No, that wouldn't do it, would it?
Unless Manny Margot in his at bats strikes out.
Or a double play would be a -2. I mean, hey, we're not rooting against.
No, but I want to, you know,
you've won enough.
I'll give up the trophy for a Padre victory today. Let's just put it that way.
Plus the fact, you know, you can't get greedy. You've won it 2 years in a row. And you know how those guys in the studio have been lusting for that honor. Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for them. I mean, they just, I think they cry.
I don't.
You don't. Where's that big heart thing you keep talking about?
It's just that competitive nature.
Yeah, it's
no,
true.
but congratulations, Mike.
We all act like we don't want to win it. Even Julie acts, oh, I don't want to win it. She does. She does too. 0-2 to Hedges. Up high. It was a terrific race this year. So the attendance announced here at Chase Field as Hedges dumps one into right center field, and that one's going to trickle by all the way to the wall. Austin on his way to second with a double. A 1-out 2-bagger for Hedges, and the Padres have the tiebreaker in scoring position. Hedges' third hit and call up.
It's a nice job of staying on that breaking ball and taking it the other way from Austin Hedges from the lefty. A lot of guys will get froggy trying to pull that baseball, but plenty of real estate out there in right center field for the double for Austin Hedges.
Brings up Luis Sardinas, a single in 2 at-bats.
Well, we have a second. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
Sardinas trying to put the Padres ahead for the first time today. Batting right-handed. This at bat, he went 1 for 2, a ground out to second and a single to right field as a lefty. Good series for him, 4 for 9. That's a strike. 4 for 9 in this series after he went 3 for 4 on Sunday in the final game at home. So he's closing out his first season in San Diego with some nice hitting.
Yep.
Back to the screen.
Hey Dick, you know how we've been counting down the plays of the year?
Right.
Well, stay tuned. Next half inning, bottom of the 7th, we are going to reveal the top play of the 2016 San Diego Padre campaign. Call a friend.
Yeah. Drum roll.
Yeah.
Trumpets blare.
The top play coming up in the bottom of the 7th.
1-2 to Sardinas. Grounded past third into the left field corner. That'll score Hedges. Sardinas continues his hot hitting here in late September. Padres lead it 2-1. Back-to-back doubles by Hedges and Sardinas.
Now that's some clutch hitting. Getting late, tie score, runner in scoring position, and the breaking ball speeds up the bat of Sardinas. Lamb dives, cannot get to it.
Adam Rosales introduced as the pinch hitter for Clemens.
That's a perfect example of speeding up a hitter's bat, and Sardinas takes advantage of it.
Just out of the reach of Jake Lamb. So with the introduction of Rosales as a pinch hitter, Chip Hale goes to the mound, going to beckon to the bullpen. Padres 2, Arizona 1. Presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go, and by your San Diego County Lexus dealers. Well, in the hot summer temperatures here in Arizona, nothing like it. Little tube ride down the river. Cool today. Actually, it was 69 degrees as we hopped on the bus at 10 o'clock.
Yep, that's some fun, tubing down the Salt River.
Adam Rosales pinch hitting, goes after the first delivery from Silvino Bracco. With one out, Hedges double, and Sardinas brings him in with a double.
Well, we've seen Bracco before. He's recalled from AAA Reno back on August 25th. 15 saves for the Aces up in Reno.
Going 2.
Max effort guy, Bracco. He uses every part of that body of his to get going towards home plate.
13 home runs for Rosales this year. Good utility man. He served that role very well. Down he goes swinging on the high limb. 2 away. Well, let's check on our Carl's Jr. star of the game, Paul Clemens. 6 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, and a career high 7 strikeouts.
He had it working today, didn't he, Dick?
You bet. The former Lewisburg College Hurricane whipped up a storm here today under the cover of Chase Field.
Good movement on the 2-seam fastball, locating it in and out and dropping that number 2 on him as well. Nicely done.
And with a run here in the inning, he's the pitcher of record, a chance to pick up that 5th win of the year. Manny Margot, 2 outs. Sardinas at second. 3 times up, 3 ground ball outs for Margot. Twice to second, once to third. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Seems like a heavy 93 from Brocco,
yeah,
huh?
Doesn't it?
You hear the pop of that glove, you see that ball coming in, take away the radar. It looks like it's 97, 98. It's 93. Good location down and away, up and away.
Checks a swing at 93.
You know, though, if a pitcher is consistently 93, 93, 93 and straight, I'll tell you what, those hitters, they get a good groove, they get a good rhythm going, and they can turn that around.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Margot. Should he keep it going? Will Myers on deck. Only 22 years young, Manny Margot. Down low with the breaking ball, count full. Goswitch going out to talk with his pitcher. Wonder if he was crossed up there. Set the keyboard to Bobby Freeman.
Bobby Freeman tickling the ivories at Chase Field.
Used to be with the Padres.
Yep.
3-2. Good cut. Sardinas with a tie-breaking double out at second. 2-1 the score. And the full count coming up. Foul tip, strike 3. So Brocco comes in, strikes out pinch hitter Rosales and the leadoff hitter Margot. But Sardinas in between brings home Austin Hedges, who had doubled, and the Padres lead at 2-1.
And he drills that one to left field. That may be up on the top of Western Middle. It is! How by all the way to the roof of the Western Metal Supply Company. Touch 'em all.
Hunter Renfroe's Ruthian home run. no man had ever gone before the top of the Western Metal Supply Company building. Our #1 moment from the 2016 Padres season, brought to you by Geico.
That was certainly exciting, and it came at a perfect time. We've heard all about Hunter Renfroe and showing off his power at home at Petco Park. I think it's only fitting that that's the #1 play, right, Dick?
That's my choice. As Brandon Morrow comes in to work the last of the 7th inning. Paul Clemens' day is through. His first time through 6 innings and allowed only the 1 run and 4 hits.
Well, here's another feel-good story. Brandon Morrow bouncing back from injury. The nice ERA, and you know what? A good sample size. His 18th game. 8 strikeouts and 15 frames. Not bad on the walks. The main thing for Brandon Morrow is that he's healthy. He's getting through the baseball. The velocity is there. And get a good feel as he goes into this offseason, get ready for spring training next year.
He'll face the lower third of the Arizona lineup. Haniger, Goswitch, and the pitcher's spot. Haniger grounded to short and was hit by a pitch. Nice turnout, 31,385. Friday night 42,000 plus. Last night 32,000, 31,000 today. Good series at the Turnstiles as we close out the season. Well, let's check our Cholula flamethrower, Mark.
All right. Well, Brandon Morrow on the hill. 96. That's hot sauce.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, Don Orsillo, that's hot sauce. That's hot sauce.
Orsillo's in the booth next door. I don't think he can hear you, but doesn't matter.
Oh, he heard me.
Line drive right field, tough play, and it is scrambled and not caught by Renfroe. Had it for a moment, and the leadoff man is on. Haniger with a hit to right.
Good effort by Hunter. I mean, that's, you get to the point of no return. Okay, and you know what? That's a short hop on the heel of the glove.
Lucky that didn't go all the way by to the wall.
You keep that runner at first base. You keep the double play in order. He lays out.
Here's Tuffy Goswitch. Kyle Jensen moves into the on-deck circle. The pitcher's spot due next. Goswitch with a bunt. It's a good one. Better hurry. And they just do get him, as Ryan Schimpf had a long way to run to get to the bag with Myers in. Sacrifice successful. A tying run with 1 out there at second. Here's the late coverage.
Will Myers crashing. Here's the bunt. Now second base. Schimpf got to wait just a little bit. Wait. He gets there, and they get it by a full step.
Yeah, he was only about 15 feet from second base. He had to sprint over there. So here's Kyle Jensen to hit for the pitcher Bracco. One away. And Gene Segura will hit after the pinch hitter Jensen. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Jensen pinch hit last night and struck out. One and two. Well, here on the last day of the season, Aaron Sanchez is pitching a no-hitter in the game with Boston through 6 innings. 97 for Morrow. Toronto leading in that game 1-0. Scoreboard is late. It says 6th inning, but it might be another inning ahead. That ball hit well, left field, base hit. Here comes the runner on. Oh, bobbled by Dickerson, and they didn't send him. And so the D-backs don't get a run, even though Dickerson, in charging the ball, didn't come up with it cleanly. It happened just at the moment that the third base coach threw up the stop sign because Dickerson was charging. Would have been a tough play to score, but then he bobbles it, and by that time the runner was headed back to third. Henniger.
Boy, this ball is hit so hard, as you can see, that Haniger rounds third base, and Matt Williams is putting up the stop sign. There's the bobble. So it just worked perfectly. Yep, timing.
So that's a break for the Padres. First and third. 1 out, top of the order. Gene Segura. A walk, fly out to center, and a strikeout today for Segura with his 203 base hits. 320 average. Swing and a miss. So if you're a Diamondbacks fan, right man in the right spot, their top hitter. With first and third occupied, only 1 out. Double play depth, the middle of the infield, Sardinius and Schimpf. One and one. The last 18 games, Segura blistering hot, 408 average. 8 home runs in the last 18 games. Rips that one foul deep down the right field line. Tomorrow ahead on the count, 1-2. Bounced up the middle, could be 2 to second, throw to first, double play. That's the way you get out of an inning. The good old double play, 6-3. Sardinius going to the bag himself and firing to first, and the Padres maintain their lead 2-1. There, now the mic's open. All right, Mike, he forgot about the bridge that Stennis gave him. I mean, he just throws that out the door. Hit to short on 2 hops to Owings, and Myers is out, 1 away here in the 8th.
Well, Will Myers grounds out the shortstop, but Will Myers, as far as I'm concerned, he is the team MVP. And here are the numbers to prove it. 156 games for Will. Played a decent first base, 153 hits, his 28 home runs, 94 runs driven in, and you know what? The one thing that sticks out, 28 stolen bases for Will Myers. He stayed healthy, and he's my team MVP.
Yeah, no argument there. I think that would be unanimous. Will Myers, even though his average dipped down after the All-Star break into the 250s, a couple of hits today, a single and a double to cap a terrific season. Jan Solarte taking all the way. He's 0 for 3 today. Padres leading it 2-1 here in the 8th. Out of play. Well, that was nice. Tony La Russa, the Hall of Famer, came over to say hello and wish me well. He does a lot of things for animals and dog adoption. That's his charity. 1-2. Grounded to the right side. Foul ball. Well, I wonder what his future will be here. You know, there's some rumors flying.
Yeah, come Monday, there might be some changes here for the Diamondbacks.
Who's that dude?
That's Baxter, the Bobcat.
He needs to take that uniform to the.
I know you like felines, and he came in to say hi and congratulations to you.
I do like felines. Swing and a miss, and that's it for Solarte. 2 away. Two strikeouts.
Left fielder Alex Dickerson.
And that's the first strikeout here by Delgado. Dickerson takes it low. Randall Delgado. Seems like every time we play Arizona, he comes in the game.
Well, one thing I like about him, he gets that rock and gets up on that hill and wants to go to work quickly. That's for sure.
Dickerson a single in 3 at bats. Pops that one up off third. Lamb waiting for it to come down. A 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Padres in front 2-1.
San Diego Padres, and as far as I'm concerned, if I had a choice for the pitcher of the year for the San Diego Padres, it's left-hander out of the bullpen, Brad Hand. He's about to work his 82nd game. Opponents only hitting 190 off Brad. 87 and 2/3 innings pitched, 109 strikeouts. Recorded his second save Sunday, his first of the season. But that 190 batting average, Dick, and the strikeouts really stick out for me. So Brad Hand.
And right on cue, here's Hand to pitch the 8th inning. Jake Lamb, Paul Goldschmidt, Brandon Drury for the D-backs. 2-1 Padres. There's that breaking ball for a quick strike on Lamb, who has fly twice to center, both times deep, and walked. Jankowski takes over for Dickerson in left field. Another break ball, another strike. Another breaking ball, 3 curves, 3 strikes, you're out.
110 strikeouts now on the year for Brad Hand. And this one via the breaking ball. Sharp break, great location. It's been fun to watch.
What a terrific pickup. Again, just a player out there anyone could have selected him, and the Padres were quick to grab the talents of this man. He certainly, I would think next year he would be as close to a lock as anyone in that Padre bullpen. Goldschmidt, 2-hopper to Solarte, fires across, 2 away.
Oh, you got to love the quick outs. 2 quick ones here in the Diamondback 8th.
Brings up Brandon Drury. The cleanup hitter is 2 for 3 today. Scored the only run for the Snakes. Led off the second inning with a single to left, and Tomas dropped a single into left center, moving him to third, and he scored on Owings' ground out.
And coming up after this one, stay tuned for Padres Live, the postgame show. We're going to show you all the plays of the year. A lot of baseball to talk about. Wild card races.
Giants still leading the Dodgers 5-1 in the 6th.
And of course, you want to stick with us for the post-game show, because when hear the sign-off from the professor Dick Enberg.
Check swing, Drury, and the count is 2-0.
And Dick, one of the things I've always admired about you, your talent, not only on the air but as far as your writing ability. And fans, you want to stick around, because Dick writes a little love letter to baseball, the game that he loves so well. So you want to stick around for that.
I felt that's the appropriate way to sign off. Right center field and hit well. That's going to go through off the top of the wall, and a home run. Oh my! Drury measures that one just right. He kisses it off the yellow barrier top, and it skips into the crowd for a home run. And ties it up at 2 here in the 8th inning. A 3-hit game for Brandon Drury.
Now 2-0. It looks like a fastball, and Drury does a nice job of driving that ball the opposite way.
405 feet it goes. Skipped over the pool. Some of the folks out there are getting a little jacuzzi action. Diamondbacks have been a home run hitting team. That's their 190th this year. And Drury, the rookie, Chip Hale placed him in the cleanup spot, and he has delivered. Singleton scored, home run for both runs. Hard to do, to drop it right on the top of that short fence, that yellow marker, and get the right bounce. 0-2 to Tomas. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hand spins as he sees the strikeout. Disappointed. Drury has tied it up. We go to the 9th, even at 2.
Coors Banquet. Well, this date today, October 2nd, 2016, the professor, our friend Dick Enberg, makes the final broadcast of his illustrious career. Professor, send it to you.
Love you, man.
I love you very much. Yep. Thanks for everything.
I want to be there when the Padres parade down Main Street as World Series champions. Huh? You'll be in a float. You'll get your own flight, I'll bet.
Yeah. Well, it'll be fun, and you know, you're going to be at the games. You're
I'm stopping by. Hey, they have that closet. They call it Dick's Closet now. That was my office before. Now it's Dick's Closet. And that was so meaningful because it's the way Padres are saying there's a place for me.
Right.
I don't have to come and look for a seat. I've got my office, and I'm going to be using it next year.
Well, thanks for everything, partner.
It's been a wonderful ride. So tied at 2. Hunter Renfroe. His double tied it up in the 7th inning.
Hard throwing right-hander Daniel Hudson. Well, we've seen him in this series. And with the game tied going into the 9th, the save is out the window. So Chip Hale brings in his hard throwing right-hander.
Sharply hit. 2 big bounces to the shortstop. Owings. One away. Well, the 60 years has included, of course, my first love is baseball, and I've already mentioned some of the colleagues, but in football, the memories of Merlin Olsen, Pat Hayden, Dan Fouts, Dan Deerdorf. Tennis, John McEnroe, and Chris Evert, Tracy Austin, and the comparable Bud Collins. Al and Billy, and Al McGuire, Billy Packer, John Wooden, Bill Walton, basketball. Dick Button and Sandra Bessick in tennis, figure skating. Bart Connor and Mary Lou Retton when I covered gymnastics in the Olympic Games. Tom Hammond, Chris McCarron, and Gary Stevens working horse racing in the Breeders' Cup. And I know I've forgotten, I haven't included others. I hope you know that I certainly appreciated all you meant to me. I mean, it's just to be able to sit in a booth and call games you love, the enjoyment of that, but more importantly, to be able to pick the brain of somebody who really knows each of those sports, stars in those sports, and an enviable place to go to a ball game or a sports event right here, right where I'm sitting. Popped up out of play. That's almost gonna, wouldn't that be something? We got a souvenir. Let me, if it comes in our booth, I'm going to die for it. Get out of my way. I'm
sure?
going for it. Yeah. If I'm going down and out, I'm going to go down trying to make a catch.
You know what? Just listening to that list, that's quite a list. That's unbelievable.
It really is.
And you know what? You mentioned it earlier as far as working with people. See, that's the thing about our sport, like anything. It's great because we can be away from the sport or a certain person for 5, 6, 7, 10 years. But once you see them, it's like time never even went by. Yeah. And that's the beauty. You develop these friendships and you see them down the road, and that's what I value.
And I forgot one in golf, Johnny Miller.
Oh.
I mean, the best ever.
Yeah.
And when I think about the most dynamic characters, powerful characters I've ever met, wait for this pitch to Schimpf. Upstairs, certainly Muhammad Ali. But in golf, Arnold Palmer. I mean, he represented the game of golf so magnificently, and he had this incredible ability to make you feel like you were his best friend. Didn't matter who you were. Yeah. You have that quality. It's really something to be applauded.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Schimpf hits one deep into the right field corner. That ball is out of here. Schimpf hits his 21st home run. That makes it kind of interesting in our pick the stick contest. That's going to squeeze you up within a point or two of Mike Pomerantz. And if the Padres head around, Schimpf might come up again.
That's right.
They're really sweating back in our studios.
Look at this pitch. Look at him turn on this pitch. Now it's one of the adjustments Ryan has mentioned this year. And Daniel Hudson is trying to do a little body English, trying to make that one go foul. The umpires look like they are. Does the ball disappear?
Oh, just skids by the pole. And the Padres reclaim the lead at 3-2 as Ryan Schimpf continues his amazing season. They're going to review it. It was that close.
From where I really couldn't tell from where we sit, and even on the replay it was kind of blurry.
So New York trying to get the various angles to see whether or not that went by the pole. Watch what high on the pole as the ball comes into view.
That's foul. You saw the white on the yellow, right there. See it? Watch the white. Right there. See it?
And it goes in front of the pole.
Yeah, he's right there. See it? Oh, yeah. There was a little streak of white on this side of the pole.
Well, that would be a disappointment to hit what might be the game winner 3-2. Instead, call it a foul ball. That's a big down from up. It is called foul. Call is overturned. Schimpf will have to come up and try it again. Get out the white out. There you see. Now if you can still see the ball when it hits the yellow, that's a foul ball.
Good call.
That's a tough call, wasn't it?
Sure is.
So it remains 2-2. Schimpf gets another swing. Good camera work there, gentlemen and ladies. Jason Lewis, our producer, and Mike Odino, our director, at the helm. And I said it, and it's not just because I'm being patronizing to the people I've worked with for the last 7 years, but I'll take the television work, the coverage of Padres baseball against any telecast of any team, network or local, in the country.
Hear, hear.
Game in, game out. Swing and a miss. Congratulations, Mike Pomerantz. But more importantly, unfortunately, the Padres don't get that tie-breaking run.
And with that ball that he hit foul, it was inside right, so Daniel Hudson peppers it away. He will give Ryan Schimpf center field. He'll give him left field, although Schimpf's got power to those fields, but he stayed away with the fastball.
So back to 20 home runs for Ryan Schimpf. Austin Hedges doubled his last time and scored the run that gave the Padres a short live 2-1 lead. He chases the breaking ball. One for 3 for Hedges. Oh, 2. The D-backs in the bottom of the 9th inning have Owings, Haniger, and Goswitch scheduled. Boy, he chased some bad pitches way outside and low. The strikeout, 2 strikeouts for Hudson. He dodges a bullet.
I guess that'd be the obvious what I should say now, but it's already out there on the grass. Oh, the heck with it. I'm going to say it anyway. Oh, my!
That's my daughter Nicole and my wife Barbara and Ted there next to him. How nice was that to have them paint the oh my there in center field?
It was great. It was perfect.
And just thank you, and thank you to the Padres. High fly ball to center. Over is Margot to capture Owings' drive.
Did you like your microphone?
Oh yeah, I love that microphone. I thought the quality, maybe just because I was a young guy at the time, I thought the quality of that old microphone, that RCA
Oh, they still
mic,
use mics like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful, yeah. So 1 out to Mitch Haniger, a 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Thanks to the home run, Brandon Drury in the 8th inning. And you talk about the old game of inches. How about that? His ball just hits the top of the fence and bounces in. And then Ryan Schimpf comes up and his ball just misses, scraping the yellow foul pole. So it stays 2-2. Haniger hit by a pitch and a single, 1 for 2. And he hits it high in the air to right center field. Margot takes care of that one as well. He's had a busy day out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 putouts for Margot. Tuffy Goswitch. He's flied to center, struck out, and sacrificed.
The Red Sox have scored, and there goes the no-hitter in Toronto for the game at Fenway. Phil Gosselin moves into the on-deck circle pitcher spot next. Line drive left center field. That's going to be up the alley. Goswitch storms into second base with a 2-out double. Winning run in scoring position here. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Let's go back to our keys to the game today, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Well, the first one was get in Cook's kitchen. Matt Cook, the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 3, and last one, best one. We are tied at 2. Let's win one for the professor on the last day of the season on his last telecast.
The pinch runner is Socrates Brito. He'll run for Goswitch. And Phil Gosselin is the pinch hitter. Padres appealing that Goswitch missed first base. And I believe the Padres are going to challenge that, even though the umpire said he did hit the bag. And they're going to review.
Well, it looks like his left foot, the inside of his left foot may have touched the corner. It's really, really tough to tell.
Is there enough distinct evidence to overrule the call? Meanwhile, we'll duck in a score. Baltimore beats the Yankees 5-2, so the Orioles have clinched an American League wild card spot. What do you see here? There's the left foot.
Yeah, I think the bag moves a little bit.
Yeah, the fact that his leg bent back a little bit on contact with the bag would be. I mean, there's not enough there to overturn, as much as that would be nice. That's Socrates Brito, the pinch runner.
Here's what I see. Watch the bag as it kind of ripples up a little bit right when his foot touches the bag. Watch, see the edge of the bag, see it kind of ripples up a little, just a little bit.
Yep.
It's very, very close, but I think he made contact.
But even if he didn't, is there enough there, irrefutable evidence to overturn the call? There we go. Safe. So Goswitch gets the double. Brito runs for him. And now Phil Gosselin will pinch hit. Gosselin has been as busy as any pinch hitter on any team in baseball. 77th pinch hit appearance for him. This one. He's got 19 hits. One of them a home run. Tying, or the winning run out at second base. There's a strike from Brad Hand. Two here in the bottom of the 9th. Season finale, 31,385 at Chase Field. In the dirt, good block by Hedges. That's a good name for a catcher. I was just thinking about that. Hedges,
right?
It kind of is like a boundary, and you can't get through those hedges to, get
that's
to the
a good
other
way
side.
of looking at it. Yeah,
that's what a catcher should be. Hedges, indeed.
And he's a good one at that. We've seen it. Good arm, good release, good behind the plate. Frames well.
Outside in, but doesn't get the call. 2-1 to Gosselin. Same spot, this time a strike call. 2-2. The outfield shortens up a bit with that winning run at second. Line drive, base hit to center field. Margot up with it. Here comes the runner. The throw is offline, and the D-backs win it. 3-2. So with the win, Arizona escapes last place in the final game of the season on Gosselin's second career walk-off winner. And the Bill Howe play of the game. Gosselin drives one right by the glove of hand, hit hard, so it might be a close play at the plate. Margot got to it in a hurry, but his throw is offline, and the D-backs win it. And isn't that just like a rattlesnake? The final score, 3-2 Arizona. We'll have our thoughts later. Let's go back to Mike Pomerantz.